Okay, okay. Hi, Miche. Hi, Rosanna. Welcome, welcome. Just 1 minute. Let's put this here. Can you hear okay? Yeah, it's cool. Good. So I think Petra said she'll come a bit later, and actually there's quite a few people. And maybe we just wait and we just meditate a little bit. Just let's wait a minute or two for more people to come in. Hi, Joanna. Welcome. We do a little bit of meditation until more people will come, okay?
Okay.
Okay, we can start. Let me just put the recording. So let's start with meditation. And the meditation I want to focus on is what we call seeing beyond the form. Um, so first we have to see beyond our own form. So for that, it's the same thing. We're working all the time is acknowledging our infinity. So instead of looking at the form within us, which is the mind, sensation in the body, emotions, we're looking beyond all that. So it doesn't matter really how we feel right now. The only thing we need to do, or we try to do, is to acknowledge our infinity. This is beyond the form. So it's that sense of infinity, am I? It's not I am infinite, is infinity, am I? It's also I am infinite, but not I am the person. Okay, good. So as we hold it like this, we can stay with open eyes or with closed eyes. Let's just wait for Tanya to come in. Can you hear? Do you want to say anything, Miche? Hi, Tanya. Welcome. Oh, you just came out of the shower. Where are you? In the jungle? Where are you? Yeah? Really? You are something, Tanya. We don't hear. We'll open the mic.
Yeah, sorry. No, I'm in the jungle for real.
You are Tanya, you're something. Good. Wonderful. How blessed we are. In Suriname? Are you in Suriname?
Yes.
Ja, hier?
Beautiful.
Oh.
Blessed we are that you are,
Yes. Hi from the Amazon, everyone.
amazing that we are broadcasting to Suriname. And yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Just make sure you're
Ja,
comfortable with the camera.
ja,
Okay.
hier?
To hold it.
Okay.
Yeah, Miche? Yeah, what did you say?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Okay. Could you put it a bit louder, please?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah,
Good.
maybe.
No.
Wait. Yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah, I'm gonna put it strong loud, so just pay attention. Now is better, yeah?
Yeah, it's
Okay,
too loud.
thank you for yeah, put it down.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
No.
I don't know
Thank
why
you.
it goes down automatically, but thank you.
Okay. Brilliant.
Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, let's go into the meditation. And Tanya, before you came, we were talking about the infinite being and seeing beyond the form. So the first one we have to see is beyond our own form. And like this, we're widening our awareness to the infinite form that we have, which is infinity itself. This is the whole trick. Can you close your mic, Tanya, please? Okay, and feel that you are infinite, for sure, no doubt. Okay, so now let's support each one of us before we go into the subject and we're talking. Let's support each one of us to be in that full infinite being state. So we just say a name, I'll say a name, and then we connecting to this person and we supporting them, him or her, not him, beyond the form. Yeah, meaning we are being with that person as infinite being with their infinite being and their finite being as well. Yeah. So the fact that I am all there is, I'm still Yair, yeah, but I'm not separating the two. There's no two, there's only one. So same we're gonna do with each other now. So let's start and let's connect to Rosana. Okay, so Rosana, you stay as infinite being or beyond the form, and we are just being with you in that. Yeah, we all like beautiful, amazing butterflies. Yeah, and we just being with you in that beautiful expansion, which you are, which we are, and we in a way celebrating this state of no thing, you know, which is pure radiance. And if you or we sense that there is some tension in your ego person, we just being with that as infinity, not we don't do therapy for you. We just being with you as all there is, and like this your system will harmonize. It is so beautiful. Oh my God. Thank you. Okay, let's shift to Tanya. Same. Just wait a minute so Petra will enter. Hi, Petra. So I just say that we're connecting as infinity to each other. Yeah. So you connect to your infinite being, what we call seeing beyond the form or being beyond the form. And then as like this, we're connecting this time, this moment for Tanya, to Tanya, and we being with her in this way. And like this, we can support Tanya to make sure that her system is completely synchronizing with the nothing. Perfect. Beautiful. Great job. Lucky you, Tanya. Okay, let's shift to Joanna. Same idea. So our job is to be infinite. And as infinity itself, to connect with our, brother, sister, and to hold this infinite space so the person can synchronize completely. So we are supporting more and more. Beautiful. Amazing. Let's shift to Miche. Thank you. And let's shift to Petra. Me. And let's take a minute with me. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. It's really amazing work. It just shows again and again how powerful is what we do because it's working big time. Good. So what I'd like to do is to talk a little bit about the points of the home practice. Jan, I mean, some people shared with me, so I just want to talk about it a little bit. Um, and Jan, he just texted me he couldn't make it today, but I think it's very important what he wrote and what Joanna you wrote. So I would like to talk about it and just to clarify some questions. So what he wrote was that he found that there's like a little bit of a conflict between connecting awareness with the heart or expanding directly outwards. And this is a really very, very important point because the soul is in the heart, and when we're bringing awareness to this to the heart center, it's extremely relaxing. Yeah. But the relaxation is more still inside the person. Yeah, that I'm me and I'm relaxing within myself. Yeah. Although the expansion is very big, but still there's a sense of the connection with the person. When we widening the awareness to infinity, we can ask the heart chakra to follow that, but it's not doesn't have to depend one on the other. Yeah. So what's most important is the expansion of the mind and the acknowledgement that infinity am I'm all there is. Then if I want to get a beautiful feeling of bliss, I can also invite the heart chakra to do this opening. But at least this is my experience. It doesn't have to be like this. If you have different experience, that's perfect. But my experience is that it has to be first this one and then that one. If the mind, what I found, if my mind is quite crazy and going fast, if I kind of bring it into the heart center, it calms down, it harmonizes, the nervous system start to relax, and then it's easier to open out. So I wanted to share on that, but I want to hear people's experience on that because I believe you have also your own personal experience. So if anyone wants to share about this kind of between opening only the mind, opening the mind and the heart, or bringing the energy only to the heart, whatever your experience, if you want to share. Remember that each one of us is extremely valuable, so whatever you say, it's super important and super useful for everybody. So don't hold yourself.
Mhm.
So whoever wants to say something, please go for it.
So I wanted to say that for me, the fastest way is like how I was taught by you, and that's just by going immediately into gratefulness, state of gratefulness. It just in a heartbeat, whatever state I'm in, whenever I do this, because that's for me the only way I can be in a state of gratefulness is go through the heart chakra, the middle of the center of the chest, and it just changes my state instantly. And sometimes, yeah, like I've become so accustomed to doing it whenever I'm aware of my state that I don't have to do it over and over. I just do it once, and it boom, immediately state changes the state
Beautiful. So
instantly.
once when you say gratefulness, you
Yeah.
mean gratitude, you mean great, big, yeah?
Yes, gratitude. And
Gratitude
I just
is
feel
big. Great
gratitude.
can be big, I'm talking language. Great can be great, big, or gratefulness can be I'm grateful. What do you mean?
Actually, I'm grateful. That's really how I get into it.
Yeah. Okay.
And yeah.
Good.
So in a state of gratitude,
Yeah,
but
gratitude.
yeah.
Yeah. So this is beautiful. So for sure, gratitude is amazing tool to synchronize mind and heart. Yeah. Uh, you have to check for yourself if this already takes you to infinity or it just make you feel so much more comfortable and in harmony. but then you need to make another step. So this is for you to check. What do you say,
No,
Tanya?
so the other step is because I use it as a portal to step into the human and infinite being state. That's how I'm utilizing it.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yes, it's getting into the portal of
Yeah.
expansion.
So exactly. So the question that Jan brought is that necessary, or can we go straight out, or do we have to go like that? Because I'm aware that I was also talking about this portal and out. And now when I do the work, I'm not sure, I'm aware of both importance, but I'm not sure. I mean, for me, it feels like going out is more powerful than going through the heart. But again, this is very personal. It's not to say that what you do is, if that works, that's perfect. You continue. But I would like to encourage us to try different techniques and to see what works, and maybe when we need to apply different things, just to have more tools. That's all. Another thing that
The feeling with
yeah,
bowing down is like you feel like you make like pranam, or you feel like you're bowing down or you're melting into something
yeah,
before you can go there. That's the feeling of like, okay, I give myself. It's giving over,
perfect.
and
Beautiful.
then you can go there. Because if you go there immediately, sometimes there's this ego thingy.
Okay, perfect.
For now.
Beautiful. That's a sannyasis. Yeah. That's a attitude, because the yoga has like different direction. So one of the direction is bhakti yoga, and this is bhakti yoga. No, it's
Yeah.
the feeling of emotional renunciation. I am surrendering in front of the divine, and then I'm there.
That's what I do. I sing a lot. So that's my way.
Yeah, yeah, beautiful. It's very important that we know ourselves and we use the technique that works for us. That's perfect. Thank you. And yeah, maybe this is useful for more people, different techniques. And like Tanya was talking about gratitude. So also what you're talking, Petra, is that sense of surrendering is another amazing technique for sure. So beautiful. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Mitya, yeah, for you?
Um, okay. It's just fascinating. Okay. The heart is the seat of the soul. That's right. You told us that. But when I just go in my heart, it's just like an instant, and then expanding the aura, everything, bliss, it just, wow. And then it's funny that, because then after the heart is gone, then the soul starts growing. It's funny, it's sort of, feel it in the back. It starts growing, and it's sort of bigger and bigger and bigger, and it swallows the heart. And it goes so all, and it's just pure bliss. And you cannot imagine, well, of course you cannot imagine infinity.
Yeah.
And you lose your ego.
Yeah.
Of course, there's thoughts coming, poking the nose in, but you just try to ignore them. Because, like you said, between every thought, there is a space of awareness.
Yeah.
So you ignore it, you get back. Ignore it, you go back. Because it's always there.
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Joanna, for you?
For me, I go straight with my mind to infinity. And this is like Petra said, I don't say that I'm surrendering, but I drop it. I don't know how to say. Like I let myself in a semi dream, like I don't know how to say.
Beautiful. Perfect.
But yeah.
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for sharing the work, about the awareness and that, yeah. So it's it's all valid, very valid, as long as we understand who we are, and ideally we're not collapsing into the person, but we all do. So as we have our own tricks how to get back to unity, this is perfect. So really the aim of this course is to strengthen, infinity or enlightenment, and to, in a way, make more clear. I don't want to say to weaken, but to make more clear when we are not there and how we can come back to that. Really, that's what it is. So for that, first we have to understand that enlightenment or infinity or whatever way we call it, it's actually a habit, It's a bit weird to talk about it like this because, there's a very bombastic words like enlightenment, or, attaching this to, the Buddha or to Jesus, or to very enlightened, the most influential people on this planet. Say, who am I to say I'm enlightened? But all of you, all of us, when we connecting to that infinite light, this is enlightenment. Yeah. And the only point is how much we are not there and how much we are there. And enlightened being is the one that is there all the time. That's the difference. Yeah. So it means that if it's about breaking habits, really, it's like, same like stop smoking, it's a habit. So stop stop being unenlightened. It's a habit, it's a habit because the mind pulls to the identity all the time. Of course, when we have a very intense, I don't know, people have, this kind of spontaneous enlightenment, so then it breaks forever. But most of the people, it doesn't happen like this. We need to pay attention, constantly pay attention, and to teach the mind to come back to unity constantly. And it's possible. I mean, I see for myself that it's getting stronger and stronger and clearer just because I put the energy for that, only because of that. So I think it's possible for everybody. But it requires a lot of intention, a lot of dedication. Otherwise, it will not happen like this because the old habits are so powerful, and the tendency to always go back to the person is so strong that we do it all the time. So that sense of expanding, this should be our default, yeah, versus this contraction, which is now our default. So we are contracted. When we meditate or pay attention, we open and then open. So we should increase the open state and decrease the closed state. This is the whole idea. For that, we have to develop awareness, as much awareness as possible, so we can detect when I'm again locked, I'm open, locked, I'm open. And then you'll see, you'll stay more and more in open, more. Okay, so let's go a little bit into the presentation. And yeah, I'd like to remind a few things. But first, okay, we mentioned this already, but just to make it even more precise. So the question for the home practice was describe your experience as awareness, yeah, and how does the mind experience in the light of awareness? Okay, so this is very, very important because we all experiencing that the mind, sometimes it become more active or less active, but when it's active, we tend to be pulled into it, and we stop this ability to observe it. Yeah, but it's possible to observe the mind. Okay, so it's very important that as we practicing, we try to, 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 we t we're not only practicing going out into infinity, we're also practicing being aware of the mind and how the mind comes and goes, and create realities for ourselves. Okay, so this is the awareness, of the mind in the light of awareness. And then the other thing is the connection with the soul. So, Miche, you talked beautifully about it, about the soul. And as I mentioned in the other class, what we are here is to unite the soul and the whole creation, which is one light, through the power of awareness. Okay? But it's very important that we have an awareness also to the soul, not only to infinity, and not only to the bondage that we are now stuck in our stuff. So when you talked about this beautiful feeling that most of you described when you're in the heart, you're actually living or connecting to your soul, to something that is very beautiful. And as Tanya mentioned, then it's a portal, and through that, you're connecting to the light. When we connect to the light, also, as some of you mentioned, so that connection with the light is slowly or fast, it's dissolving this distinction between the body, the soul, awareness, and the light. And slowly it's become just a space of bliss. Yeah. No ego anymore, just being. This is exactly when all those different components, they just mix together, and that's it. And this is who we are. Okay. So, yeah, so the class is who am I and who am I not? So, again, it's the same thing to clarify that I'm all there is and I'm not what I'm not. So, I'm going to mention what we are not. Okay, so the mind is the big troublemaker. Okay. So again, it's very important to recognize that the mind has, according to the teaching of yoga, has 4 components. Okay? It has the sensory, manas they call it, doesn't matter the name, but it's all the sensory impulses, what comes to us from outside. And many time, it's affecting the mind big time. If it's you're walking in the street, especially here, I don't know, but here in Spain, around 2 p.m., everybody cooks lunch. Yeah, so you walk and you hear this one is doing fish, this one is doing some stir fry, this one, and say, oh, this smells good. Oh, and then you want to eat. So there is a lot of stimulation by, the senses. And like this, everything, you see something, and again, it triggers a whole chain of reaction that relating to that image. So the sensory inputs affecting so much our mind, and they call it's a distinct part of the mind, but we are not that. Okay, so for example, if let's say in the Western world, maybe everywhere, it's kind of cool to have a posh car, yeah, or a very old car, yeah, antique, but at least it has to be special, because if the car is special, I'm special. Okay, so if you're sharing this kind of idea, so when you see a special car, expensive car, immediately it starts to create a chain reaction in the mind. I like it. Why I don't have it? Maybe I'm not good enough, so I didn't make enough money. Like many, many, many things in the story that actually just your sense of sight brought information, and then it triggers a whole set of chain reaction that relating already to your understanding or perception of who you are. This is only one example coming from the sense of sight, and like this, everything else. Okay? But we are not that. So this is very important, because when something being triggered that start to affect your ego, then you step out and say, oops, it's a sensory impulse. I'm not that, I'm letting go. Ciao. Okay. Now, when the impulse has a very strong effect over your emotion, then it's more difficult to step out of it. Because when the emotion triggered, we take it even more serious as if I'm me, I'm the emotion. So if it creates sadness or anxiety or depression or whatever, or fear, we identify with it. And then it's even more difficult to say, I'm not the thought, but I'm also not the emotion. And to step out, and then we start a process of harmonization. So this is the sensory inputs. And then we have the intellect, buddhi. The intellect is actually not harmful at all. Yeah. So, that's what we use to make shopping lists, or that's what we use to create things, or that's what people use when they are, designing whatever they design. Or even I believe that's what for example, Beethoven, when he wrote his music, composed his music. So that sense of information that comes and it's not harmful, it's actually very healthy use of the mind, maybe the healthiest. Okay, but still we are not that as well. Yeah, we are not the discerning mind. We are not the intellect. Yeah, and many people, they get very attached if they're very strong intellect and they're really identify with themselves as a smart person. So this become a very powerful source of ego identity. I'm smart. I have a strong intellect. Okay. And then we have the big troublemaker, Amkara. That's the ego, a sense of the ego. Yeah, that's the part that gives us trouble. Yeah, the rest doesn't give us big trouble, but the ego gives trouble because this is our main identity. Yeah, or the only identity is I'm me. Okay, so normally when we have trouble is because of the ego, because it creates a different chain of reaction in our system that normally creates a lot of suffering. But we are not that as well. Okay? So all those thoughts that the ego kind of pushed to manifest, we are not that. And this is all amazing because we tend to identify with it. And later, actually next class, we're going to talk more specifically about all the ego constructs. And we can identify all those constructs within us, but we have to start to detach from that. And all those things are super important because that's exactly what pulls us from the light, from enlightenment. Exactly those things, because we see them, we get attached to them, and then we get locked in them, and bye-bye light. I mean, again, in the story. Okay? So this takes a lot of commitment to always observe, and have the internal power to detach and not to do this. And as the emotion is as the emotion is more intense, it's more difficult to do the separation. And as the life-threatening situation is more real, even more difficult. Okay, so if somebody will come behind us right now and put their hands on our neck and start to strangle us, yeah, this will be the number one importance to take their hands out off, yeah, because it's immediate threat to our life. And if somebody will come and say, you have to move out of the house, yeah, no more. So again, it's a big threat to our life. Yeah, but if somebody comes and say, we're thinking about selling the apartment next year, you think about moving. So not so, again, it's a worry, but not so big. So as far it is from immediate threat, it's easier to say, okay. And sometimes it is immediate, like in Jesus, when they nail him or when they did all this torturing for him, and he managed to stay, connected to the source all the time. So it's a great example for somebody that is not so attached to his life. Okay, and another one is the memory. Okay, it's because we live a lot according to our memory, Actually, we live mainly through memory. Well, now when I talk to you, to be able to pronounce the words is memory, only memory. Yeah. To write is memory. Everything is memory. Our ego function mainly by memory. Yeah. The ego remember what happened, yesterday, and is afraid from it, for example. It project the future based on the past, memory, and then fear. So memory is major in a troublemaker, but we are not our history. We are not that. So that's another thing that we really have to pay attention. And the mind brings many, many, many things from the past and make them as if they're happening now. I know it's not easy, but we have to try to let go. Okay, if anyone has any question or anything to say while I'm talking, please, just say whatever you want. Yeah, Joanna?
Sorry, you put on the group
Put what?
that you put on the group, on WhatsApp,
Yeah,
something from Carl Gustav Jung
yeah,
that until subconscious become conscious, you will call it fate.
exactly.
But how can we make, if it's subconscious, that means that we don't know about it? How
Yeah,
can we make it conscious?
you have a point. I don't have an answer, but I believe that as you're more aware, there is less subconscious. I believe so. Because when we say it's subconscious, what can I do? It's like, it's there. What can I do? We become completely helpless. But I think when we are more aware, maybe there is less subconscious. I don't know. I don't know if it can be eliminated 100%. I don't know. Yeah, but I know that when we are aware, so whatever comes, yeah, we are conscious of it. Even if it's come from the subconscious or unconscious, I don't know the difference. Yeah, we are aware when it comes. And we don't know where it comes from, but it comes. And then it's become conscious in that moment. Then I can still choose if to go with it or not, no matter what it is. Yeah?
So we are not our subconscious also.
No, of course not. You're just observing that. Because the subconscious, if it doesn't manifest, it's no problem, really. When it manifests, we know here it is. We can call it subconscious, we can give it whatever name. Actually, most important is that we don't deal with it, that we don't give it power. This is really the point. That we recognize it, oh, that pops up. And that's it, we let go. I know it's not easy, my dear. Okay? But we do what we can. Okay, let's continue. Okay, we talked about it, so we don't need to.
Are you
more.
sharing the screen or not? Or are you just
I
reading?
am sharing the screen. You don't see it?
No.
No.
Rosanna, can you see the screen? Yeah, so you have to adjust something, Petra, my dear. What can you adjust? Why you don't see? Maybe you have an iPad or something?
Or with the mobile, you have to move from one page to another.
Yeah, if you have iPad or something. Or if you have the mobile, you move another page.
I see all of you, but I don't see the second screen.
What are you using? What kind of device?
Mac.
Mac.
Yeah.
Don't say it
Before
because Mac should not give any problem. So
No, but before I saw it, and then during where you speak, I don't.
well, I tell you, you come out and come in again because it happens today with somebody else.
Okay, but I.
Just yeah, log out and log in. Okay, let's continue. And oh, sorry, um, okay. So here, this is very important that is okay. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, so awareness is not part of the mind. Yeah, is not part of the mind, but the essence of being, Atman. Okay, so from my experience, I feel that awareness is if it's the end of the mind, it's the most pure part of the mind, but it doesn't matter, it's all words. But it feels like there is a continuum between, this Atman or infinity or pure consciousness through awareness into the created reality. It's like a continuum. And the awareness allows this continuity. So really awareness is the way the whole creation is observing itself, or you can call it yourself. But actually you're not you, so it's itself. So your eyes are the eyes of the creation. All your senses are the way the creation sensing itself. This is quite cool stuff. Yeah. If we don't take it as I hear, and you're aware that actually it's the whole creation hearing through you, that's quite powerful stuff. And then the end of suffering is the end of suffering and the recognition of pure awareness. Yeah. So that's what we do it. That's what we do. Pure awareness. Yes. So through awareness, we're communicating creation and the soul, and everything unites. Okay, let's continue. So here, I mean, this is I don't know if I showed you last time. Did I show you this? I don't remember now. Anyway, if I did, let me know. But basically, it's a small presentation I did to my family after my father passed away, just to give them the different components. So basically, we talked about it, but just this is maybe another way to look at it. So pure consciousness is everything. Yeah. Pure consciousness is not only the space, it's also what appears in the space. Yeah. And always we compare it to the waves that coming manifesting as a form and again disappearing back into the ocean, the water. Okay. So consciousness is exactly the same, but in the most subtle way. So that's why we started in this class looking beyond the form. Because when you look beyond the form, you're looking at everything as consciousness. Yeah? You are consciousness looking at consciousness in its manifestation. But you cannot look at somebody, as you, the ego you, and see their infinite being. It is not possible because you yourself are in a personal being. But when you recognize your infinity, then immediately when you look at somebody else, you see their infinity. And this is very beautiful. Okay? And this only now become more and more clear to me. More clear. Okay? So when you look as consciousness, at consciousness manifesting, then you feel amazing. Okay? Okay, let's continue. So this is just another way of a diagram just to show that everything is consciousness, although it appears as something. Okay, and again, another diagram to show that pure consciousness is everything, as if it's outside, but it's also inside. And then we have the soul in the heart, and then we have awareness in the area of the third eye. And that awareness is what unites everything together. Okay? Yeah. Okay, and then we have the six bodies. There are also another theory call it the five bodies, but it doesn't matter. It's all the same idea. And basically, those bodies are just a minute. Yeah, those energy bodies are not only energy. You have the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body. Okay, and even the breathing body, they call it a body, and also the energy body. This is also very important. That's why when we learn about the energy reading, we talked a lot, and we're going to talk more this time about the importance of recognizing the vibration in the body and going through the vibration to infinity. Yeah, by recognizing that vibration is within me, but also vibration is everywhere else. So, because the energy body is the most subtle aspect of our existence, in a way, it's a bridge to infinity. The same as the breath, because it's the most subtle. Yeah. Not as subtle as the energy, but between the energy, breath, body. Yeah. So we can do a breathing exercise to connect again to infinity, because its nature is infinite. It comes from nowhere and manifests in the body, then goes back to nowhere. Same as the energy. Now, all these six bodies, all of them are a result of the I, the ego, only of karma. Okay, so the minute there is a I identity, I me, immediately all these bodies are formed. Yeah, and then I me. According to the teaching of yoga, they say that even if you reach enlightenment in this life, yeah, still the karma has to be manifested. Yeah, so if something happened to us in other lifetime and we're holding some kind of karma inside us, so that will need to finish its projection. Yeah, yeah, and then it can go. Yeah, and then there is no more birth. So that's why, even a enlightened being, they can suffer from physical stuff or emotional stuff, because that's the karma. But karma is stopped when there is no ego. So when things are happening, but we don't take it personal as an ego person, then the karma is not created, because karma is always a reaction. Yeah, the life kind of hitting the ego, and the ego reacts. And then this reaction is kind of written in a way or recorded, and then it has to manifest also. So this is the karma. Okay, but the minute we feel this unity, we don't develop karma. And when life pushes us or trigger us, we can say, and just relax and not, hold it and interact and start to fight. Anyone want to share anything about it? Any question? Okay, so all these six bodies.
May I?
Yeah, of course. Joanna, go.
I don't know why you don't see me, because my camera is on. I just wanted to ask you a question.
Yeah, please.
I heard a lot speaking about the astral body. Is
Yeah.
there a difference between the astral body and the energy body?
No, same idea. So here they say pranayama kosha. Kosha is the body. Pranayama is the breathing, the body of breath. And here they call about the energy body. Yeah. Manomaya kosha. Okay. So this is the astral body. Okay. By the way,
And
because you don't have light in the room, no? Because I don't see you. It's very dark. So I don't see you.
it's getting dark outside,
Anyway,
but
it's okay. It doesn't matter. But if you
yeah.
want, you can put some light. Okay. So anyway, so the energy body is still a ego body, belong to the ego. That's why, when we meditate, we can feel very clearly the energy in the body. We can feel the energy of the aura. But when we move beyond the aura into infinity, it's easy to see that actually I'm everything. And then as it comes close to the body, there is that sense of, of something, the body and the aura, the energy, the meridians, the chakras, it's all energy body, but it's part of the whole system of the ego. Okay? Yeah.
So when we die,
When we
the
die, yeah,
the energy body separates completely. And when we sleep, the astral body travels without us knowing.
This I don't know. I'm only talking from what I experienced, so I cannot tell you about it. I know there's a lot of documentation of people doing astral travel, but I don't have this experience, so I cannot talk about it. But astral travel, they also come back to the body in the end. Yeah. Wherever they went, they come back to the body. Okay. So even you leave the body and you do wherever you go, you come back to the physical body because you're still part of it. You identify with it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Now, when the body dies, the only thing that continue that doesn't die is the soul. Yeah, the rest dies, even the air, I mean, the breathing goes back to the air. So they say that all the element dissolve into their element. Okay, the liquid goes to water, the mass goes into the earth, okay, and the air goes into the air, and each element goes back into its element, and the body dissolve. When my father passed away, so after first I saw, I have it here, just a minute. This image. Oops, sorry. Okay, this image. This is very similar to what I've seen. Okay, so it was so clear that exactly like this, but not so close to his head, of course. It was much higher, but exactly this image here on the upper funnel, that's exactly how it was. Okay. And then inside from here in the center came very powerful energy that shoot out. And I think this is the soul. So I don't know yet what is the difference between this funnel of light, that I still see him exactly like this, and the soul that went out. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. But after all this, so here there was there was like space. And after in a way he passed away, what we stopped breathing. So this here was going like a thread, black threads was coming out. I don't know what it means, but it's something that dissolved. It's something dissolved. Now I don't see that. So it's something more subtle that continued to dissolve. Okay? So they say that nothing is left, only the soul. And inside the soul, if it's not didn't do the practice of enlightenment, it's holding karma. Yeah, and then this will be the next birth. Okay. So are there questions about this? Let's take a minute for us to recognize those things. Okay.
Can I just ask one question regarding
Yeah.
what you just explained? So if everything, the soul is the only thing that survives, what happens? Does the soul have memory, you think?
Yeah, it's not memory. It's I talked about last time. You can look at it like the hard disk, okay? So here there's things stored because we reacted to life. We didn't allow things to come. We reacted to it, so it's stored. Yeah, and this is what lives. Now, how exactly it's connected to the soul and this, I don't know. It's like, I don't know how it exactly work. But as long as the soul didn't realize its connection with source and complete the unity with all there is, so it holds memory. And that's really what define the next life, because according to that memory, there is some charge, like magnetic field that pulls the soul again into the next life to manifest with the parents and to create this reality. Yeah. So I don't think, I don't know, but I don't think there is a point that the soul leave the body and then it's kind of say, oh my God, this what happened, like doing a recollection. I don't think it's like this really, unless the soul is completely liberated. If it's not, it's suspect to the force of karma, and then it will be pulled immediately to the direction according to the charges that it's developed, the electric charge, magnetic charge.
Yeah, it's like seeds going off, no?
What do you mean? Tell me.
Yeah, that's like my yoga teacher told me. Like it's like you have seeds. It's like a seed. We are also a seed, and it goes off for the, or it's yeah, it grows. But like everything, thoughts or everything is like, or karmic things is like a seed, and in
Yeah.
that seed there's information, and that it depends on the soil around it, how it goes off, or how you will react on it. But it can also, like a seed can also die,
Mhm.
but seeds
Yeah,
normally
it
go
sounds
up, like
sounds
karmic
very good.
seeds. Yeah,
Yeah, it's another way of it's another way of looking at it, that you have the potential, and then according
conditioning.
to the conditioning around, it will manifest or not.
Yeah.
Beautiful, thank you. Okay, let's continue. Tanya, looks like you did this. Are you aware of it? You know, there's some, if you can move on the screen and do things. No, anyway. Okay, let's continue. Okay, this is not relevant. We talked about it. Yeah, how people die, but it's not exactly what we are. I don't want to talk more about this. Okay, so this was. Okay, yeah. Just a minute, let me just check if this is the end. This is the next. Yeah, this is the third class. Okay. Okay. So just a minute. So let's talk about the home practice and then we'll practice. So again, I want to talk about the sleep practice because I feel it's useful. You know, it's useful when we incorporate the sleep practice into our daily practice. And just to say that what I'm trying to do before I go to sleep, I'm connecting, I can connect to somebody, like I wrote here, to a spiritual object, like a infinity, to a guru, to a loved one, to somebody that is in need, you know, and then you creating a space of love, you know, that you are together with this person, or you're together with the whole creation, or you're together with a guru, or whatever you want, that for you set the mind into that sense of unity with the other. Digamos, we can say the object, but it's not an object, it's unity. Okay? So this is very, very important because what I find that it's kind of set the direction, and then if I wake up during the night, I come back to it. And then in the morning, first thing, I come back to it. So instead of waking up either in the middle of the night or in the morning or in the morning and thinking is not completely not a possibility, is not an option. It's only infinity is the option. Okay, so this is very important to add it. Otherwise, we fall asleep. We fall into sleep. Yeah, we in a way we say, okay, now I am losing conscious. I don't know what will happen, but I'm just falling into sleep, and I hope I sleep well, and I hope I have good dreams. But if something comes, yeah, it's true. We cannot control it completely, but let's try. Okay, let's try, pay attention. Okay, so this is one thing. The other thing is choose a challenge to support transformation. So we can look at restricting habits or enhancing habits. Now, as I think I mentioned it, that I'm reading this book. It's called Atomic Habits, and it's very beautiful because it just talks very clearly, very scientifically, how habits are created, and the way we can use this knowledge to help us to create positive habits and maybe to have less negative habits. For example, when we start the course, I said, okay, because I used to look at the Israeli news before going to sleep. And since we start the course, I say, I'm not doing it anymore. And actually, I didn't look at the Israeli news, not only before I go to sleep, I didn't look at it since we start the course, because I don't know, it's just not interesting for me anymore. It's very interesting. I said one thing, but it's affected something else. Now, I don't know what's happening there. Okay? So this is just an example that you take one, and then you don't know, maybe it'll affect you in other aspect of your life. So different techniques to go about changing habits is to, for example, to connect habits to other habits. Now I'm talking about good ones. Yeah. So, for example, if you have a habit in the morning to get up and to go and drink some hot or warm lemon with with water, and you say, wow, this, I like it, I really like it. So then you say, okay, let's add something, but maybe before that I'll do 5 minutes meditation, and then I'll add this. So they call it stacking on top. Yeah, so adding to something that already you like, something else. But what is very important, that something else will be nice, comfortable, fun, gratifying, not, oh my God, oof, another thing to do. I had enough busy life. Don't give me something else. And I start to pay attention how my mind operates. For example, I start to do a little bit work with I say elastic bands to strengthen the shoulders so I don't get bad again. So I do this. So I hang that elastic band somewhere that it was comfortable. I just go in the morning, boom, 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 and it's perfect. No problem. And I like it. But then I bought something that you can put it inside the door, and then you can attach it to the door. But it's more complicated, you have to take it and to put it and then take it off, and then, so I don't use it. It's simple, it's so simple. So if we add something, it has to be easy, comfortable, gratifying, not like a big thing. I'm going to do it now 10 times and I'm going to, no, I will not do it. So when we're adding something small, comfortable, gratifying, and then after that, we can add something else, but not like something big that then we're not going to do it anymore. Something small that gives us a nice feeling. Okay? Okay. So this is for positive and also maybe for negative. Okay, so if, for example, we find it difficult to limit a screen time, so maybe we can say, okay, I don't know, let's say, for example, I want to go to bed at 11, and at 11 I still have some screen in my hand, or I watch something. So I say, okay, so maybe I'll try to do something nice before going to bed that I like. Yeah, that I'll substitute with the screen. Okay, and then we do that. Now, why is it important, really? Why is it important? I think it's important for many things, but in what we're working is to have the main habit shifted from I'm me to I'm all there is. This is very, very important. But once the mind start to pay attention and start to pay attention to what you're doing, it also pay attention that you are in the ego mode, and then it will you can shift it faster, and then maybe it will stay there more. Okay, so for that it's super important. And another thing that I paid attention, that let's say I said I'm gonna make sure that when I walk when I get up in the morning and walking from here to the kitchen, I'll do it mindfully. I pay attention how my feet are touching the ground. Only that, it's 10 meters. So now, the minute that I pay attention to that, immediately it's again a set reaction that affecting the way I breathe. Immediately I go to infinity. So everything, it's like a memory, and the mind say, boom, and everything start to be arranged. So it's great. It's really, really nice and simple to do because it will help also on the main thing. Okay, so I said this is a home practice, but this is a highly recommended for us to incorporate, to choose a few things that feels, maybe I should change that a little bit, not to be hard on ourselves, and to be aggressive and you must, but make small changes. Okay. Any question, or maybe you want to share your experience with that, how it works for you, Petra?
Yeah, I hurt my wrist last week.
Yeah.
And then, so every time when I use my right hand, it hurts. It's like crazy here on this side.
Mm.
So I start to like super be aware of like what I do with the right hand. So and then I had to do it with the left hand. But then if you it's really funny. It goes really quick actually. That it starts to also be okay, but it takes a while.
Yeah.
That's like if you I'm so just to make sure your hands is not able to work, and then
Yeah.
you could do it also.
Beautiful. Thank you. And yeah, Tanya, please. Almost. Up.
Yes, got it.
You got it. Yeah.
So, what happened to me ever since I started to say I connect before going to sleep, like right before going to sleep, by saying, "Oh, I connect to the power of creation." And you said yes. Also, I never wake up during sleep, but you said also to do it when you're asleep. It has changed the way that I sleep for some reason. I just feel, first of all, more grounded, connected, not just falling asleep and just, free falling or something, but just the moment saying this, I connect to the power of creation. During my sleep, I can't explain it, but like falling asleep powerfully ever
Amazing.
since.
Amazing.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Tanya. Anyone else would like to share about their changing of habits or how it's affecting them?
Mm.
Mhm.
Anna?
Uh, I at night, what I say is that I want to clean my subconscious.
Okay.
So I connect to the intelligence, or to the, yes,
Yeah.
to the power. And yes, please let me tell me something, no, in the night.
Mhm.
But I wake up at night. I don't feel powerful at 6 o'clock. And I think it's Jair. Every time you write, I wake up. Sorry. So
Every time I
I,
write, I mean in the morning.
yes. I'm
You,
sure
you feel me,
when
huh?
you, yeah, every time. So, but it's nice to be in the circle.
But maybe you try to be less practical.
Yeah.
Try in your affirmation, meaning just connect to the light. I want to, yeah, to sleep connected to the light. I mean, that's what I do, and I see the light, and I feel I am the light, and I'm asking to stay like this during the night. And this is I feel it kind of keeps me, in a way it guards the consciousness. It's very Yeah, there's some background, very beautiful to the sleep. That if I'm kind of coming up a little bit from the sleep, it's there. I go deep. It's like in the background is all the time. It's very beautiful. Not always, you know. It's
No,
also,
when I wake up,
yeah,
yeah.
sorry.
When I wake up, I just sit down again and meditate a little bit to connect, and then go back to sleep. Is what I tried now. Yeah,
Beautiful.
and it helps. And also in the morning when I'm driving, it always it's at 7:30, so it's when you are all together. And what I try is to be infinite, but while driving is amazing. You can see all the cars like doing like that. You know, it's like being uh, on the distance. But sometimes
Just
I'm
don't do it
afraid.
at work, please.
No, at work, no. Well, at work, for sure it will work. It would be good, I think. But anyway, driving, I try. But sometimes I feel perhaps I'm so much, no, it would be a little bit distractive.
Yeah,
But, well, I'm just trying this.
beautiful. Amazing.
Mm.
Okay. Just a minute. I want to share something else, but it kind of came out 1 minute. Okay, no, I don't remember. Okay, never mind. Good. So let's take a few minutes to meditate. So let's just be comfortable, sit comfortable. And let's pay attention to the area of awareness in the brain. Because when we want to shift from ego to all there is, you know, it's really useful when if you can do it instantaneously, like wake up from the dream. Yeah, because the dream, according to the teaching of yoga, yeah, they don't differentiate between what we call the classic dream when we sleep or the awakened dream when we call awake. As long as you think that you are the body, you are in dream state. And that's what they say clearly. So we have to wake up from the dream during our waking state all the time. For that, we have to be very efficient in that kind of click, wake up. Yeah. And to know exactly, because if we start to meditate and to breathe and to do a lot of kind of this energy stuff, it takes time. But it's not very practical to on the go. It's good when we sit and meditate. But we are on the go, we need to be instantaneous. So I would like that we strengthen this instantaneous ability to shift between liberation and bondage. And the trick is in the mind. So let's try to kind of diagnose exactly what's happening in our mind when it pulls into bondage, when it's identified with the ego and it pulls inwards. What is the sensation in the body and in the mind? Try to be as clear as possible. What happens inside you? Which part of the brain is activated for that? When you think about problems, when you think about anything. And now drop it completely and again, liberate. Yeah, feel that you are liberated. So allow your mind instantaneously to expand immediately. I'm all there is, or all there is am I. So the identity shifts completely from being a person to being infinity with a person. Pay attention when you liberate, What happened to your breath? What happened to your brain? What is the general feeling when you are knowing the truth? Okay, and again, just pull in, and again, take a thought, worry for a minute about something that is really a big problem. See what happens immediately to your energy, to your brain, to your breath, and then liberate. Chuck, drop it immediately, instantaneously. Again, you are boundless, infinite, pure consciousness, all there is. Okay, let's just take a minute and share, because this is super important.
Okay.
Yeah, Tanya? Yeah, go, go. Oh, just activate your thing. Are you there?
Yes, sorry. Yeah, I'm here. So yeah, literally I felt this picture where they have of the brain uh, connected to the nerve system, and when you say think of something that it contracted, and it was just visible that this small brain part connected to the spine or the nervous system, and it was just that. And then when you said liberate, it just dissolved and
Beautiful,
expanded and into nothing.
beautiful. And the breathing?
Oh yeah, the breathing. When once you said yeah, that of something, it contracted a bit as well. It stopped a bit. It got, and yeah, as the minute I had to liberate, it was flowing.
So that's easy, huh?
Yes, it was so easy, so much more free. I want to be like that all the time. I want to be.
Now in the
Well,
jungle, all the butterfly will come to you. You'll
yes,
be the
I can just
sweetest,
walk
the
through the
sweetest flower
jungle.
in the whole jungle.
um, no wild animals will come near. They're like, I'm
Of
one of
course,
them.
of course. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah,
Thank
but
you.
very interesting for you to be in that state and to see what happens around you also.
Exactly. And I'm going to need it.
Okay, it's got frozen. Miche, do you want to share?
Okay, it was sort of like, you just go there, your mind, but it goes also connected with your heart. And then you have a thought, a bad thing, and it sort of goes into the background. And then it's sort of all empty and so light. And especially, yeah, here. And it's sort of like beautiful.
Yeah,
It's blissful. It's amazing because I got a horrible mind. So but
yeah,
every time it happened, a negative thought and then push it away. So it disappears and then it just fills with light and it goes like that. Wow.
it is. Actually, it's quite simple, no? It's very,
Oh, it is actually.
really
Yeah,
simple.
it just happens.
Exactly. Beautiful. Thank you. Yeah.
May I say something?
Yeah, of course. We don't see you, but
I know it's
it's
dark in the
okay.
room, and
We
yeah,
all one. We all one. Go, go. We are beyond
for
the.
me, yes, for me it's not that simple. But when I have a thought, I have heaviness in the frontal lobe, and
Yeah,
and then when I drop it, I expand. I can calm a little and breathe better.
beautiful. So Thank you so much, Yona. So, yeah, this is very important to understand that the fact that we are doing this kind of, instantaneous shift, it doesn't mean that our system is relaxed. That's, yeah. But then from there, we can start to relax, because what we traditionally, when we meditate, what we do, we start to come from inside out. We're relaxing the breath, and then we're moving and balancing the chakras. And here the idea is to do the opposite. First, to realize, come back home, yeah, understand who you are and feel, and yeah, this, and then start to deal with the stuff that is no balance. And yeah, this is a very powerful way. You can do both ways, but I think this one is more powerful. But you can try for yourself, whatever works.
Okay, thank
Okay, lovely people.
Can I say one more thing?
Of course.
Yeah, it feels like when you start to think of like whatever, something not so nice, it's like if the mind is like just addicted to that thinking.
Yes.
There's an addiction in there to just to repeat or make solutions or find ways or just be busy with it.
Completely.
Yeah,
Thank
that's how
you.
it feels now.
So this is very, very important. Thank you for sharing this, because that's if you pay attention to your mind, you'll see that it talks all the time. All the time has something to say. And then slowly we understand that it doesn't have to be like this. And when it shifts from not speaking, not talking to, from talking to not talking, maybe it creates anxiety. Oh my God, what would I do with no talking? The mind is getting crazy. But then it calms down and everything looks beautiful, and you look at the flower and you feel comfortable. So we have to face those anxieties, and say, it's okay, I can be with that. And then after that, it's okay, it's much better. Yeah, takes a lot of courage to do that. That's why we're here only 5 people, not 5 million people, because most people are not with that thing, not interested. Okay, thank you so much, and thank you for doing this work, because this is so auspicious, so auspicious to do this work. And by you taking the responsibility for your life and for, the connection with Source, we're affecting the transformation of humanity. It's a big thing. Yeah. Because every person that is connecting back to the source, affecting the quality of energy on this planet, changing this balance between complete, block of the mind that humanity carries. So it's very, very important work that we're doing here. So thank you for putting yourself out there for that work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
you.
Blessing to everybody, and we're meeting next week.
You.
Bye-bye.
Thank. Bye.
Bye.
Say hi to the jungle, Tanya. Suriname. How do you say? How do you say I love you or something? This beautiful word.
Sosolobi.
Sosolobi. Yay.
Sosolobi. And
Very good.
sorry guys, my phone kept overheating. It's too hot in the jungle. That's why, sometimes it will.
It's too hot. Yeah.
But thank you.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.